Hello and welcome once again to my channel. Here we have the part 2 video in our How to Duo Root of Nightmares video series. The first part will be linked below, covering the first 2 encounters of the raid. But here we're focusing on third encounter, otherwise known as Macrocosm. So we'll start by getting into the loadouts that both Shloob and I used. So we're going to have our 2 loadouts here. So during ad clear, first of all, we're going to be rallying on reserves. Just have a reserves chest piece. This would be swapped to triple solar reserves. So we'll rally on that and then swap to our regular chest piece. But for loadout again, we're running healing nades with Phoenix Dive, Touch of Flame, Icarus Dash obviously, and then torches, Empyrean to keep our restoration up, Wonder, and Solace. Then we're going to run an auto-loading Chill Clip Riptide. Anything Chill Clip is really nice here for the lieutenants that we're going to be killing, because it'll freeze them, and if they're in the machine gun thing that will just shred you, it'll kind of stun them off of it. Sunshot's really good here for keeping Resto up. And then a rocket of your choice. I'm running Heezen with auto demo, because you can get a really nice rotation on that. And then for armor, we're running heavy ammo finder with Scout, as well as solar siphon to make some orbs. Running Aeons with double solar loader and a grenade kickstart. So we're going to be finishing as much as possible to provide heavy ammo for our partner. And we're running concussive and then double solar resist. And then on our boots, we're running recuperation with stasis and solar scav. And then double reaper on our class item. So we're going to do the encounter with this loadout. And then once we get the damage phase, we're going to be swapping to this one. So we have Wither Horde. The subclass has to be the same. With a demo incandescent battler, this is going to be really nice to keep the rotations clean when we're damaging. Also, because of anti-barrier this season, it makes ad clearing before DPS a lot easier, because you can just shoot through the phalanx shields to kill them. Keeping our rockets. And then we're swapping to double time dilation, double solar with a kinetic surge on our boots, as well as focus darkness. So you will need 1 piece of raid armor at least. And this will give you more ability damage when you're on a darkness plate. So this is good to have for extra fusion damage. Starfire obviously with arc resistance, concussive dampener, and harmonic. The resistances don't really matter because we're mostly in a well or healing rift. For gloves, we're running kinetic decks with double solar decks to make our swaps a little snappier. And then radiant light and powerful friends to make our partner charge with light. And that's it for third. So then between damage phases, obviously we'll swap back. So let's move on to Shloob's loadouts, starting with his one used for the ad phase. So we're running Phoenix Dive here. This is going to give us quick healing. The animation is a lot faster than casting your Rift. Healing nades with Empyrean, Solace, Resolve, and Torches. This order is important because we're going to be switching loadouts for damage phase, and if this order changes, you will lose your super. So the fragments have to be the same, and they have to be in the same order. Then we're running Touch of Flame and Icarus Dash. So he's running a Riptide with Chill Clip, Zauli's Bane, and Galahorn. For the ad, so this is all for the ad portion of the phase. So we're running Aeons with solar loaders, solar damage resistance, triple recoup to have some quick healing, a proximity ward for finishers to give us a bit of an overshield, and then whatever stats you can get up to get the tier 10 resilience. Everything else doesn't really matter. High discipline is nice to have healing nades back in case you run out of resto. but we're going to be using these solar weapons to continually proc and keep restoration up as long as possible. And yeah, solar damage resistance and concussive dampener is good as well. So now we have the damage loadout. So the super and everything, fragments, that's all going to stay the same. He changes to a auto-loading vorpal, pardon our dust. So that's just the swap to between Gallahorn reloads to just get some extra damage off. Callus mini tool to help clear up the ads. And then Gallahorn obviously stays. Starfire. Solar weapon surges for Gallahorn with double time dilation. Running firepower. And then Radiant Light and Powerful Friends is very important to give me the surges, and I will also be running these mods to give him the weapon surges going into damage when we pop our wells. So with the Lotus out of the way, we'll get into the actual talk through of the encounter. So we want to make sure we're rallying on reserves to start. And then one of us here will throw a healing nade so that we both get restoration, and then immediately jump into the encounter. So with Empyrean, each solar weapon or ability kill is going to extend resto up to a maximum of 12 seconds. So we want to nuke down these guys as quickly as possible. That guy fell off, so that counts. And then it spawns lieutenants. We're keeping resto up as much as we can. And chill clip is really nice here to kind of delay them. And then that guy unfortunately burned out. So how you label the planets doesn't really matter as long as your duo agrees on what the call-outs are. We label them 1 through 6, starting from the rally flag to the top, and then 1 and 4 being the closest to the middle. But again, it doesn't matter as long as you guys both agree and understand them. Once we dunk, you're going to shoot the crux in the middle to immediately cause the planets to swap. And then you're killing ads as quickly as possible. On this side, if you hug this little wall right here, the lieutenant at the bottom can't really hurt you. We ran out of resto, so we're reprocking that. And then we get that guy, spawn the other lieutenant, and then we rotate down to kill this guy. So we want to finish as many of these as possible so that our partner can get ammo. And he's doing the same for us. So we'll get the call, communicate to our partner, and then swap. Really important to note, if you're dunking on, we call it 3, which is the apex of the bottom trio, you really want to have resto. Otherwise, see how that guy is machine gunning? He will just shred you on the plate when you're dunking if you don't have resto. It's really important to keep it up while you're dunking. So again, we're going to finish this guy, and then we get the callouts. So to keep comms precise and concise, we only call out the single. So in this case, dark mid, so we know that left and right are light. So we're killing ads as much as possible. That guy we usually just nuke because there's not a lot of time here. So I'll be dunking mid. And then clearing as many ads as possible, and I'll get this guy finishable. And I'll swap to my DPS loadout while I finish him. And then we're just killing ads as quickly as possible. As many as possible as well. Prioritize scions, because those are going to be the ones that can grief you doing damage by launching you. So as long as you get all the scions dead, you should be fine. In terms of where to start DPS, it doesn't really matter. We tend to start on either middle or right side when possible. So we well on the first 2 plates and then stack healing and Emperor on the last one. You could have well on every plate if you well in between them and then just dip in and out. But we found that we lost more damage than you gained just because we didn't really want to pay attention to the timer because you only get 7 seconds of the buff, so you got to be constantly dipping in and out. So with the auto demo roll, the rotation is quite nice. You just rocket, demo, rocket, demo, and then you wait for the auto loading, shoot another rocket while getting off the other things. So this was really good damage here. Ideally you want to get to like the F, or like in between the F and the P. We're going to swap back to our other loadout as well to start scavving. Now if you have no ammo on your side, you can swap sides to get the ammo that your partner made, but we had ammo bricks here. And we're going to use rockets now to kill the Centurion since we have lots of ammo on the ground. Get more finishers. This part is kind of dangerous just because you don't have resto up yet. So we gotta take it slow and careful to dunk so we don't die. So once the planets are both dunked, we're going to shoot the crux in the middle and then move the clear ads as quickly as possible. Trying to use this wall to protect ourselves from the lieutenant at the bottom portion of the map. So as we kill enough of these, Centurion will spawn, rocket at him, and then continue on. So here, fortunately Chill Clip wasn't loaded because I just picked up ammo. We're going to get the finisher for our partner. And then swap. So from here on out, the encounters work pretty much the same. So I'm going to stop doing the talkover for the next encounter until final stand, just so you can hear how our comms are throughout the encounter, or throughout a phase. So we'll see you come final stand. Fuck did he go?
Dark middle.
Got it.
Swap. Make sure it's the right loadout.
Okay. Start, right again. Going. Middle. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I like this one.
Really good damage.
Yeah.
I don't need to swap sides this time.
Good. Get away from boss. Holy fuck, I'm getting shot.
Four.
6. Oh my god!
You good?
Is it 4?
Is it in? Yeah, 4.
Go shoot. I don't know, I'm not dying in this shit right now. Okay, trust us. One.
2. Oh my god.
You're gonna want.
You're in?
Yep.
Dark right.
Okay. There's that everywhere. You guys are up. So dark right.
Yeah.
Got it. Right. Start moving.
So because we're so low on health here, we're going to use well on the first plate. And because we get him even lower than we normally do here, because we have really good damage in the first phase, we don't even bother with the rift stacking on the second plate, because really it's only going to take a Wither Horde and a single rocket or even a fusion to kill him. In between him going in the final stand and final stand itself, we're just running around to grab ammo, and then we pop a well. I do really bad damage here because I miss like every Wither Horde known to man, but we still get it. There's plenty of time for final stand, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just make sure you have a well, and ideally an Emp Rift, at least an Emp Rift for it. And with that, that's the end of our Duo Macrocosm guide talk-through video. If you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. The next video in this series will be covering Duo Nezarec and all of our loadouts and strategies on how we approach that. It's probably the hardest of the bunch to learn, just because there's decently tight timing windows and there's a lot of things that can grief you during the encounter, but there's ways you can mitigate it. Anyways, that's it for this video, but I hope to see you in the next one, and as always, thank you for watching.